Welcome back, everybody, for a Year 11 Smite patch notes breakdown. That's right, we're to a new year of Smite, and we're going to be talking about a lot of Smite 1 changes, but with Smite 1 comes the Smite 2 announcement. That means the skins purchased in Season 11 will be cross-generational. They'll show up in your Smite 2 game once that comes out. But to start off, so with some good news here, we're seeing the Divine Legacy. This is meant to reward players of Smite that have been playing for all these years. Stays up for the whole entire Season 11. You can grind out these skins that will appear in Smite 2. In Smite 1, you're going to be getting an unlimited Tier 4 and Tier 5 skin, along with a bunch of titles, and the Helion King Arthur skin, which will also be cross-gen. So stay tuned for that. Nice, fun way for Hi-Rez to reward players for being dedicated to their game. We are seeing some Battle Pass changes here. Every major patch, we will see a new Battle Pass. That means it's going to be 50 levels with 2 skins instead of 90 levels with 4 skins. I think this is a good change. And all these skins are, again, cross-generational. You'll have them in Smite and Smite 2. Along with that, we have the Immortal Honor event, which will be a year-long event in Smite that you can purchase. And each time you'll get 2 new cross-gen skins, starting off with Firefly Soul and Blobir Ymir. So stay tuned for that. But my favorite change, besides like all the new Season 11 stuff, is we finally got the quality of life changes I think we've all been wanting, is Blink and Teleport. Finally have different sound effects. Can't get those two confused anymore, which will be quite nice. Takes a little bit to get used to, but it's going to feel pretty good. As far as game mode changes, in all game modes, we're going to have what I call the meteorites. They're called Celestial Comets, but the meteors fall and hit the battlegrounds. If you're in Conquest, this changes lanes each time. And when they land, you attack them. They drop little meteorites. You pick those up. You get golden XP. Once it's dead, a little circle appears. You step in the circle. You get Indra's Scepter back from Season 9. So that's pretty cool. The Joust map will be Jade Corruption this year. And the duel will still remain on the Season 3 map. Some Conquest changes is they changed the gold and green camps around, so those are a little bit flip-flop, so supports will be over in dual lane a little bit more. They also changed the blue buff timer, so that way solo will start at the XPs and then go to blue, so keep that in mind. We also have side lanes now for solo and duo, and then we also have a teleport now. It's going to be a Naga that you can kill on that camp at the beginning of the game, and then mid-game starts right around 10 minutes. There'll be a teleporter. You can teleport from duo to solo or vice versa. I know as a duo lane player myself, I've had a lot of fun with this and getting some cool ganks off and being able to help solo. It's been a nice way to change up and play the game, especially around team fights. You can kind of force some things that you couldn't before. It's also some cool Thor and Bastet tech around that. Go check out some videos if you want to see more on that. And then we have some changes. We have the Cyclops rogues. There are 2 different types now. One of them drops the speed that we're always used to, little speed aura, but the other one drops a purple aura, and if you go there, you can actually purchase from the item shop. So if you see that purple aura, make sure to go ahead and pick that up. Along with all that, the Stygian Beacon is still there. Slight change to it. Titans don't just go running down the lanes anymore after 3 of them. This is just going to cause structure damage to towers. So it'll do 500, 650, then 800 damage in order of captures. It can kill towers. It cannot kill phoenixes. It will take phoenixes down to 10% health. Fire Giant now has a new system as well. If you kill the effigy, it allows you to get more damage onto the Fire Giant, 15% to be precise. It has a new attack that can follow you outside the Fire Giant pit. It also has a new glamorous skin when it goes to EFG, so stay tuned for those as well. If you're like playing, you're like, man, why does he look a different color? That's because it's EFG now. So just some indicators there to kind of help out. Lots of golden XP shifts across the board. Not going to touch all those. They are going to swap out the bottom 16, the new top 16 bans for duel. So if you're like, man, why are these gods that were banned before now not? And some of the gods I was picking are, that is why. You can no longer cook. Recipes are out of the game. They've been replaced with passive shards. You have Golden Shard, which was Golden Gooseberries. You have Sturdy Shard, which was Sturdy Stew. You have Vibrant Shard, which was Party Punch. You now just pick those in the shard slot. You have those passively. You don't have to worry about that. But don't worry, the quests from recipes are now looking new, where relics have been changed, where you only have a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and then you can do a quest to get the tier 2 and tier 3, or you can purchase them. So there have been some changes there. A lot of them had just been combined down and given different things. Frenzy's gone. There's attack speed on Heavenly Wings now is the big one. Horrific Emblem now has an anti-heal element to it because Cursed Ankh is gone. And then Thorns got changed to where as you damage someone with thorns, it does an AoE unit damage. And then there's a new relic called Divine Barrier that basically works like anti-Toth Wall. If it's up, it causes enemies that are shooting autos or damage through it to do less damage. If they walk through it, they slow. Once it hits tier 3, it allows your allies to do more damage, and I think get a movement speed buff or something like that. It's all damage gets buffed. There's 2 new wards. Proximity ward that if you put down, it actually slows enemies that are in it. You have the Raven ward that just shoots a straight line across the map, so you can get an idea of like who's on objectives, anybody running to an objective, that type of deal. Along with that, we have a lifesteal rework that is incentivizing fighting gods over minions. So you're going to lifesteal more from enemy gods than you are from minions. I think this is a good change. It also allows for easier balance over lifesteal. We do have a new lifesteal item, which is going to be Crimson Claws. If you're full health, as you attack somebody, you can get a 15% maximum health shield. Pretty cool. It's auto attack 20%, 50% life steal, 50 power. I've messed with it a good bit. It's pretty good. Other than that, we see a lot of lifesteal shifts to kind of help with that shift in that, along with god changes that had lifesteal in their kits, now getting a little bit of a change. One of the magical items that's getting reworked here is going to be Rejuvenating Heart. Still 55 magical power, 200 health, 300 mana, 15% lifesteal, but it has a new passive that lifestealing off of enemies gods heals yourself and nearby allies within 40 units for 33% of that healing. So you could see some pretty interesting builds with that, I think. And then we head into a stacking item change. We're going to be having stacking items kind of act more like Prophetic Cloak, where dealing damage is how you can stack them now. So for instance, Devourer's Gauntlet gives you the upgrade if you do 30,000 damage to gods or minions, or you can do the max stacks at 50 instead of 75. Still works the same. Transcendence, 35,000 damage, but there's no cooldown on Transcendence anymore. So you're going to see a lot of those items with cooldown. That's now going to be taken off. Warlock Staff's a little bit special, where it gains stacks by dealing and taking 55,000 god or minion damage. So that's a big change here. We also see some new items coming back. So these are revived items or new items. We have Void Shield, and then we had what was Void Stone, now Void Demoru, and then we have Blackthorn Hammer now back. So if you've played with those before, they're now back. We also have new Glyphs. As a reminder, with Glyphs, you can purchase as many Glyphs as you want now. You're not locked to just one. We have the new Devoted Deathbringer. They got rid of Envenom Deathbringer. You now have Devoted Deathbringer. Your critical strike chance is now multiplied by 1.3. For each 5% critical strike chance, you go over 100% critical strike. This is going to be sick on it's good on hunters, but it's going to be really good on like Serket, Neja, Mercury. It's going to be good. Envenomed Executioner is the new anti-heal item for auto attackers, to where instead of Envenomed Deathbringer, we have Envenomed Executioner. They got rid of Heavy Executioner. Basically, you do auto attacks. It does less to shields or it takes down your shields and applies anti-heal. You have Mana Conceptor change. It now has attack speed on it instead of prots. And then Eye of the Jungle now has prots instead of attack speed. And other than that, it's just normal changes across the board here. Nothing too terribly crazy besides, again, they took down cooldown off of several items like Shogun's Kasari, Transcendence, Pythagorean's Peace, Potion of Power. There was some general god balance for Daji, increasing some damage, Kalina decreasing cooldowns, Tsukiyomi increasing some health, RDO cooldowns, so on and so forth. But that gives you the main ideas of the patch notes breakdown there. I hope to see y'all again. Take it easy and hope you guys enjoy Season 11. I hope to see y'all in my games. If you're playing Smite or you're new to Smite and you want to join in on some games, go add Blaze McBain. I'll play some games with you. Check out the YouTube. Check out Up Your Experience podcast, Bot G podcast, and so forth. We'll catch y'all later. Thanks for tuning in.